again, young Star Trek fans. We've got a new ship build today. We're going to build the Federation Tug, and we're going to be reusing some parts from the last build, which was the Federation Destroyer. So same as a destroyer, you're going to want 2 large paper plates and 2 small paper plates, and in between all of those you can see that layer right there, which is a cardboard layer, which basically allows for the action figure to sit inside. And yeah, it's got the little warp engines on the back. I don't know how you're making those, probably better than I am. It's still got the neck, although I did cut it about an inch off of the neck, because for the next ship, the tug that we're doing, the neck needs to be considerably shorter. So anyway, I'm going to show you a picture of the transport tug from the technical manual, and then we'll get on our way. Okay, here are the blueprints, basically, of the Federation Tug. You can see it's got 2 warp engines, and it's got what's called a tow pad, and that comes right off of the neck. And then the 2 warp engines come out of the saucer section, and kind of this wild angle. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing the tow pad next. I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll move on. Okay, so here's the tow pad, and basically what I did was I just cut a piece of cardboard, and then I bent it. See, it has these kind of natural bends, and that's the correct, that's pretty close to the shape it should be. And then I cut a slot in the top, and that's what the neck will go through. So I'll show you that next. Okay, now I've put some glue on the dorsal, or the neck, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to slide that into the slot on the tow pad. Okay, so that's what it looks like with the tow pad on it. Here's a front view, another side view, rear upside down view. Now, I was going to try to find some kind of cylinders that we could use for the pods that this thing carries with the tow pad, but I simply couldn't find any cylinders that were that large. I don't have any mailing tubes. I don't have any tubes of Christmas wrapping, that kind of thing. So this is one of those where I absolutely know you can do better than I can. All it takes is finding tubes, and then just put end caps on the tubes, and you've got it. And a little bit of the neck comes down here, and that was intentional, because I was going to cut a slot inside the pods, but well, can't find any pods. So we're going to move on to the next step, which is attaching the warp engines. I don't know if you remember last time I had 1 warp engine. I now have 2. So if you need to go back to see how those were made, yeah, just go back to the destroyer video, and that'll show you how to do it. But so now we're going to work on putting the nacelles into place. Okay, well, here we have the 2 nacelles, and they're slightly different just because this cup went in a little bit further than this one, but who cares? This isn't perfect, and as I said before, I know you can do better than I can. So here's the one that we used last time for the destroyer, and I had to cover up part of the slot because it was just too big. So basically, we've got 2 nacelles, and I showed you how to make those in the last video. And just cut 2 little slots in them, and that's going to be for the structures that connect the warp engines to the saucer. So let's put those in now. Okay, so I put some glue in the slots, and then what I did was I made two of these to attach. So let's put one in. And we may actually need to use some tape to reinforce these in the end, maybe even sooner than the end. But you want them at an angle like that. Can you see? Yeah, that's pretty good. So you want it just like hang in there in that angle. And I'll do the same to the other warp engine. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. And so then this warp engine, yeah, that fits in there real nice. And one second. Okay, well, I decided to add some tape to hold those pylons into place on the nacelles. And you can see that angle, and that's a very, very acute angle. Now, they're not actually attached. These are, I've just got them holding here. And the next step is the last step actually, is to attach these to the saucer section. So that's what we're going to be doing next, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, well, first I cut 2 slots for them to go in. So this is the underside of the saucer. There's a slot there. There's a slot on the other side, opposite. I'm gonna just put a little bit of glue in there, each one. And I'm going to go from the assumption again that we're going to need to reinforce those pylons with tape, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so here's a first engine attached via the pylon. You can see the angle there, and it's just attached with glue at this point. I'm probably gonna reinforce it with tape like right away, and then we just do the same on the other side with the other nacelle. All right, there we go. Now I've reinforced everything, and still we're having troubles here. You can see the dangle on that. It really shouldn't be that way. It should be more. I'll see if I can get it. Yeah. So when it's sitting on its nacelles, that's really the proper configuration. That looks pretty good. Only problem is when you pick it up, those nacelles really want to droop. It's not terrible. It's not a disaster, but I know that you can do better. All right, well, here's the terribly imperfect class tug. There's got to be a way to get these warp engines to come down more straight, and certainly more at an angle too. But that's about as good as I can do. So like I said, I know you can do better. Look at that when you just set it down. Just top heavy, and oh boy. Again, I'm not calling this a failure, but I'm not terribly happy with it. More time spent fixing it would do it. For you building this, be sure to hold on. Look at that. Be sure to hold on to the saucer section and the nacelles, and also the neck, because when we do the Federation Dreadnought, those are all going to come in handy. And why build it twice or 3 times? All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed this. As I've said, I know you can do better than I can. This is Daddy Star Trek, signing off.